Hi guys, I'm Serena and today we're going to be talking about the Two of Cups. So the Two of Cups is known as the Lord of Love. So the Two of Cups actually personifies the astrological aspect of Venus in Cancer. So we can decode that by asking, what does Venus represent? She is a planet of love and relationships and beauty, and Cancer is known as the Divine Mother, so she represents nurture and receptivity. In this way, we can understand the Two of Cups signifies nurturing, receptivity in love and relationships, right? So the two, we can also decode the Two of Cups. So the two in tarot follows the ace. The ace represents potential. So the two is the first manifestation of potential in regards to whatever suit it's talking about. So in this case, the cups has to do with intuitive, spiritual, emotional, and relationships. So this tells us that the Two of Cups signifies the first actions of an intuitive, spiritual, and emotional relationship. So in this way, the Two of Cups represents love at first sight with a divine counterpart, even in regards to friendship and business. So it's like the first meeting that you have with this person. It's like a first date because it's a first manifestation of potential. So it's like not just seeing that person. It could be the first time that you see the person that you're in love with, but it could also be the first time that you go on a date with them, or the first time that you guys have a moment together where you guys kind of have this mutual understanding that there is like a connection between both of you and not just one of you. So the Two of Cups has a key word of balance because of the two. So some other keywords include attraction, affection, unity, love, harmony, and balance. So everyone in life deserves companionship. Everyone. That is like part of like the very beautiful aspect of being on this planet, is that there's other people and we each have unique relationships with each individual person. Even if we're married to someone, we have our own friendships, we have our own families, and the Two of Cups just is signifying that these relationships come at a cost. We have to not only love ourselves unconditionally, but we also have to love other people unconditionally for relationships to be beneficial and healthy, because humans are imperfect creatures, and this includes ourselves. So the Two of Cups is a card about mutual acceptance and partnership. It is a signifier of two imperfect beings coming together in perfect harmony that is both inevitable and effortless. So it's like undeniable love. It's like the first time that you talk to your best friend and you just kind of recognize, like, this is my kindred spirit, like I know this person. And chances are that you know this person from a past life, or even just that, like, it could just be kind of like this intuitive sense that this person was meant to be in your life. And the reason that this person was probably meant to be in your life is because they are like they act almost like as a mirror to you. Like yourself is reflected in the water of the cups in this person, and there's two of you. The three is more about community. The two is more about two individual people coming together, in that recognition of yourself in the mirror of them. That is what you're attracted to. And most likely this is a karmic tie, and this relationship is meant to teach you something about yourself. So you just have to be open to being able to be taught if you want things to work out. So friendship is at the core of the Two of Cups. Friendship is the core of the Two of Cups because friendship is at the core of love. Even in love relationships, like partnerships, like divine counterparts, there is no love without first developing friendship. Like a flower, friendship must be carefully tended to with compassionate curiosity. We have to be willing to communicate clearly and disclose our wishes so that our newfound partnership has a solid foundation to grow on. And we must seek to understand and accommodate our loved ones so that we can form healthy habits to foster a more meaningful relationship. So what this means really is that, like, when you're open and honest with someone, people are able to be open and honest with you. And if you hold on to grudges and don't forgive people for their imperfect way, you're kind of like setting up this like very destructive sort of relationship. And really, throughout this process, it's really important to stay connected to your true self, because ultimately this is going to give you the guidance to make the correct choices moving forward in this newfound relationship that's in question. Pretending to be somebody that you're not or seeking validation from this person is going to create something superficial and ultimately result in a negative outcome. There's really no right or wrong. There really is just the future. So like, just try to make the correct choice in each present moment by like living out of like love, right? Like respecting yourself, respecting other people. Like, what does it mean to you to be trusted? To me personally, I think that it means that I am going to treat people with compassionate care in each given moment, and to always love people and to love people more each day and try to judge people less each day. And I think in trust, a lot of the time actions speak louder than words. So if you're willing to show up to this relationship each day, trying harder and harder to be a better partner, like, that's going to be recognized. And if you're meant to be in each other's lives, then you will continue to be in each other's lives, especially with this. And I think that whoever it is in question, you're going to always have a connection to this person, even if it's just a lesson that you learn from the relationship that you have with them. And it's important to remember that if these relationships end, because the Two of Cups doesn't signify an allotted amount of time for this relationship to be maintained, that there are people that come into our lives all the time that we recognize that are kindred spirits, that we have karmic ties to, who are meant to teach us a lesson, and that is the sole purpose of their being in our life. And them exiting our life is part of that process, because we can't go on like maintaining that unhealthy relationship. The only way to move forward as individuals sometimes is to cut that person off, or to be cut off by that person, so that we can learn the lesson that we need to learn. And it's not something that we need to dread over, or like sit there and like wallow away in like the sadness of the friendship being over. It is sad sometimes when we lose people that we love a lot, but ultimately we should just, at the end of the day, be grateful that we got the time that we did get to spend with them, and maybe look back at the relationship to assess what it is that we did wrong, and to understand how we could be more trustworthy in the future to other people who are willing to share this love with us, because it's not every day that we come into contact with people that we have this like very like deep loving connection with. And there are periods of time that like soulmates will go through where there's like a separation period between twin flames, and if this person is meant to come back into your life, even if it's 20 years in the future, they will, right? And so it's just like, just take what you can from the relationship if it doesn't last, and know that each present moment and each present action is going to determine how the relationship ends up, because it's determined on your character and also their character. If they aren't a person with good character, or if they're a person who is willing to like sacrifice their relationship for something else, it's like, that's their free will to do so. And we can't hold other people like to such like high standards that they put you above other relationships in their lives, or the relationship that they have with themselves, because ultimately the relationship that we have with ourselves is more important than any other relationship that we could ever have on this planet. So we each have our own free will, like I said, including this person coming into harmony with you at this time. So the nature of this person's character and the nature of your own will determine how successful the relationship will end up, as I said. So all things are that we are experiencing now in this each present moment, we are experiencing them for the first time, even if we've known this person previously in a different life or at a different point in time in this current incarnation. So it's up to you to maintain the connection to your true self and to honor yourself alongside this person in order to do your part in creating a harmonious relationship. So we each have our own individual flaws. Being able to understand the other person and be compassionate to them during times of difficulty will enable progress. Setting boundaries is a great way to maintain healthy relationships. Setting boundaries early on in the relationship is going to give the other person an understanding of you as a person and an understanding of the expectations for the relationship or friendship. So, like, if there is a certain amount of alone time that you need as an individual, just like making that clear from the beginning is going to like set the precedent that like you need to be able to maintain this amount of time alone, or time with your other friends, or whatever. Setting boundaries is something that you can do to protect yourself. Even in these relationships, it's where we feel like maybe we've met the person that we're meant to spend the rest of our lives with, and that like is the other half of our soul or whatever. It's still important to maintain boundaries with that person, because at the end of the day, you're still a human, they're still a human, we're still here on earth, and we're not perfect people. So we need to set boundaries to maintain healthy relationships. And yeah, that's going to ultimately result in our own happiness. It's like setting boundaries, even if it's uncomfortable, even if it makes the other person uncomfortable. It's like that's a part of relationships, setting boundaries. So spending time alone will also facilitate the growth of other relationships in your life, surprisingly enough, because absence makes the heart grow fonder, and time with yourself keeps you closer in connection with the divine, and the divine is going to be the one that like gives you the insight that you need moving forward to like make the correct decisions regarding this relationship and other relationships and other aspects of your life, right? So yeah, it's okay to miss the person that you just started to love. In fact, it's very, very, very healthy to take time to like recenter yourself, because being in love or finding a new best friend can be very like disorienting, because it's like you're like just staring in this mirror constantly. Like take time away from the mirror, right? And like take time to individually just like meditate on your own and like spend time in your room by yourself listening to your music that you like, that maybe that other person isn't a huge fan of, or reading books that like you don't want to read out loud with your friend, or watch movies, by yourself. Like spend time with yourself. Don't neglect yourself, because neglecting yourself ultimately is like abandoning yourself. And when you abandon yourself, you have less of yourself to pour into other people. This Two of Cups is like very much like pouring back and forth into each other. Like there's going to be ups and downs in the relationship, and you need to make sure that at all times you have enough to pour, at least for yourself, and if possible for the other person, right? So the Two of Cups can also signify the soul and mind discovering each other for the first time. So if there's no other person in your life that you feel connected to at this time, if this like isn't making any sense, the Two of Cups could signify a union of the mind and heart. Things in your life are starting to come to you more naturally, come more easily to you, because you found a balance, like we said, keyword, within yourself concerning your logic and emotions. So a question to ask yourself if you pull the Two of Cups is, in what environment can I share love? Is there a specific type of person that I feel a natural affinity towards? What is the common denominator to all the people that you consider to be kindred spirits? And it might be a good idea to search for that quality in others to facilitate the reunion with more like-minded individuals. So if you are searching for partnership at this time, take a look at all the people that you've had in your life and like what it is about them that you appreciated, and take a look at yourself and determine what it is that you need, and go out into the world and set intention to find that person, not just to like want that person, but like saying, like having the expectation of, I'm going to find that person, I'm going to like make a friend, right? And the more that you do that, like the universe wants to give you what you want, but like you have to be willing to help yourself. Like God helps those who help themselves. So you have to go out and try to find this union if it is something that like you're in search of. So The Two of Cups could be, hold on. Is there a way you feel most comfortable expressing your love to others? And how can you choose to express it in this way more often? If there is a specific person in your life that you feel that the Two of Cups could be referring to, is there a way that you can express your love to them in this way that you feel most comfortable? That is a way to express your true self to them so that they can better understand you, and they might be more comfortable expressing their love in the way that feels most comfortable to them. So if you haven't heard of like what love languages are, we each have our own like unique love language. Like there's like words of affirmation, quality time, gift giving, acts of service, and there's another one. But we each have this way that we like prefer to give love and we prefer to receive it, and it's usually the same thing, but it's going to be different from person to person. And if you don't end up having the exact same love language as the person that you're like in this divine counterpart with, like you expressing yourself in the way that you feel most comfortable expressing love is going to give them an opportunity to give you the love that you want to receive, right? And then them doing what they do, like perhaps giving gifts, is going to give you an insight into they like to receive gifts. However they express love to you is how they like to receive love. However you express love to them is how you like to receive love. And it's good to accommodate each other in this way, and it's good to express your love language in the way that feels most comfortable to you, but it's also good to take into consideration the way that they appreciate to receive love, right? So the Two of Cups is a mutual emotion. It's about two people having this mutual understanding, mutual emotion. So therefore you have to be willing to put your heart on the line and to dare to love this person without strings attached to the outcome. So that is something that we sometimes, especially as young people, get too involved with like the outcome of the situation, and we get so caught up in this like what it's gonna be in the end that we like lose sight of the actual point of the card, which is the fact that like we're here together in this moment. And like sometimes like we can start to get jealous, we can start to get like superficial, or I don't know, but like things come between it because we aren't living in the present moment. So like the point of the Two of Cups is that there's a mutual emotion, right? So let's focus on that and like not focus so much like on like the future state of the relationship, because like I said, the Two of Cups does not determine an allotted amount of time for the relationship to exist. So be true to yourself and you will live free from regret, even if things don't work out the way that you expected them to at first, because neglecting yourself from others undermines yourself, and you end up having less of yourself to give to others. Each time you do this, working too hard for others, you abandon yourself, the most important relationship of all, and this will result in both alienation and resentment towards this person. So above all, the Two of Cups is representing Venus in Cancer, is expressing love without logic in regards to the consequences, putting your heart in the line and allowing it to beat regardless of if anyone appreciates it, because that's what it was made to do. So follow the beat of your own drum and let yourself bleed for others through nurturing love. Your ability to love is what makes you attractive. So accept love, give love to yourself, give love to others, give love to life. And above all else, give love to God, the Creator, for creating this beautiful earth that we have the ability to have this like very deep connection with someone or many people throughout our lives, and allowing love to conquer all, because in the end, that's the prophecy. Love conquers all. Love wins. So listen to the love that comes to you and let it penetrate you deeply, because there is nothing else to do but enjoy what life gives you. So an affirmation for the Two of Cups is, I am ready to allow the love that will fill me into my life. So that's all I have for you guys today. Hope you come back and see me. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.